So welcome everyone. We are so glad that you're here and excited to share a little bit with you on this Tuesday evening. I am Janis Gebhart and I have been with the Juice Plus company for 18 years now. And I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I was an athlete my whole life. I was a swimmer from the time I was all the way until all the way through college, and swimming actually paid for my college. And I noticed that starting in about high school, I had upper respiratory infections that would usually lead to bronchitis or pneumonia. I think they were driven a little bit by allergies, but every spring and every fall, I would get at a minimum one of those colds with a cough that would last for months and months. It was so hard to get rid of those. And I was, graduated from college, went on to work in the corporate world for a while, and then had children. And I had 4 kids pretty close together. And sorry, my daughter's walking in. But I had 4 kids pretty close together, and I was an overwhelmed, stressed out mom. I was always tired. I can remember walking into rooms only to try to figure out why I had gone in there. I'm sure nobody else on this call has done that. And at that point in my life, I couldn't exercise. And exercise is sort of how I maintain my sanity. And I literally couldn't. My body had gone through so much, and I didn't realize it at the time, but my nutrition was so poor that I would go run one day and it would take me a week to recover enough to run again the next day. And I had heard about Juice Plus for something like 8 years from a dear friend of mine, but I was never interested. I wasn't a believer in vitamins. I just didn't really understand what it was and kept, putting my hand up to her. And one day it just made sense. I knew that I wasn't eating fruits and vegetables. I decided to give it a shot. And this was about 18 years ago. My youngest was a baby, and pretty quickly I noticed that I had a lot more energy. I stopped walking into rooms trying to remember why I had gone in there. And honestly, my relationship with my kids just changed. All of a sudden, I had the energy to really be able to appreciate them and be present and spend time with them. I also noticed that I was sleeping better, and I could be a more loving, compassionate mom that I wanted to be instead of that crazy, stressed out person. And I knew that my allergies and my upper respiratory infections were getting fewer and further between. And so I was having less illness. And when I did get sick, it wasn't nearly as severe. And it took some time, but over time, knock on wood, it's extremely rare now that I would ever get sick. And I was also able to start exercising. And I found out that I could run one day, and the next day I had the nutrition in my body that I could recover enough and run again the next day and swim the next day. And so about a year after I started taking Juice Plus, I actually ran the Houston Marathon. And then a few years after that, I actually became the U.S. swimming masters national champion in a couple of backstroke events. And the interesting thing is that Juice Plus didn't make me fast enough to become a national champion, but it did allow me to work really hard and recover over and over and over and over, all while raising 4 young kids. in order to become, be able to swim pretty fast. So I love sharing Juice Plus with people because it made such a big difference for me. And I know that it will for other people. And I'm going to have my daughter, Casey, share just a little bit of her perspective of growing up taking Juice Plus.
Yeah, so I've been taking Juice Plus for 18 years, as my mom said. And growing up, I was a pretty healthy kid. I never had sick days, never missed school for any of that. The only times I went to the doctor was for physicals for all the sports that I played. Growing up, speed ahead, I ended up going to college for diving. I went to Florida State, and I had the best of intentions of taking my Juice Plus while I was there. But lo and behold, my mom wasn't there to tell me to take it every day, and so it just didn't happen. And into my third year of college, I actually had to retire early from diving because of a neck injury that wasn't getting any better. And I then got the flu for the first time ever in my life. And then I got appendicitis. And so after all of that happened, I kind of realized how much Juice Plus had actually been doing something in my body. Because growing up taking it, you're just kind of taking something every day. You don't really realize you don't have a before and after. And so I really realized exactly what it was doing and how much value it was giving my body every day. Coming out of college, I made sure I was taking it every day. I still do. And I actually also decided to join the business. When I was in college, I had worked a few office jobs and just kind of figured out that that wasn't really what I wanted to do. It wasn't really my forte. And I really liked, I grew up around the business, around people doing the business. And I really liked the flexibility of being able to do it from wherever you wanted, as well as the time freedom for doing it when you could, where you could. And I really liked the company. I knew it was a company with a heart, and that I was getting to help people. And especially just recently, I got married, and my husband is in the Army. And so it's really a nice thing to know that I can take my Juice Plus anywhere that I go, wherever the military takes us. So that's also a really nice security that a lot of military wives and spouses don't really get. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really grateful for this business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Casey. It's so much fun to get to do this and work with my daughter. And we've always had a very close relationship, and this has even drawn us closer. So now I want to introduce my dear friend, Debbie Burnam, who actually her daughter, Brittany, and Casey, who you just heard from, were best friends in kindergarten. They're both 24 now. And I met Debbie through our daughters and just shared Juice Plus with her. And we have become just the best of friends over the past, 19 years. So Debbie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Janis. So my story starts with a huge heart for children, which led me into a long, fulfilling teaching career. And I became a teacher to make a difference in children's lives and to leave a positive impact. So my husband also had a passion for teaching. He taught high school science, and we both had hobbies. Our children were involved in activities and sports, as you've heard, many families are. So we didn't have a lot of time freedom. And we wanted more of that, actually. So after I was introduced to a home-based business with Juice Plus, my life began to change. It wasn't long after that I could retire from a teaching career. I definitely had more time flexibility, and sharing Juice Plus just really helped, and helping families also supplemented my teacher annuity that I was getting. And our family began to save. We got to invest and build for the future, which was a good feeling. So when I became a new grandmother in 2016, I had the time flexibility to be able to care for my granddaughter, which for me was the experience of a lifetime. And I'm so happy and grateful. I am aligned with such an amazing company. I had found passion and purpose, and I was making a big impact on families and children everywhere. So we're going to start some slides next. So speaking of our company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. And you can see we were founded in 1970. Let me change that view. And you can see we're celebrating our 50th anniversary last year. And we are a global company.
Okay.
Who do you know from one of these 26 countries that we are located in? We just opened up Portugal and Mexico last year, and we have 3 main headquarters, and we are growing. One reason we are a stable and lasting company and have been around for 50 years are our values. When you are looking to align yourself with a company, what is important to you? Well, there are 2 values that stand out to me. Longevity, we focus on the long-term and well-being of our community, and community. It takes a community of like-minded friends with a common purpose. So next I want to share with you a bit of my background and how I got started with Juice Plus. Several years ago, again, as you already know, I used to be a busy teacher and I was a super busy mom. And at that time I had 2 children, one in elementary school and one teenager. And I wasn't eating near enough fruits and vegetables, and neither were they. And as Janis has said previously, I would often catch colds and sore throats from my 3rd grade students who I taught. And I was tired and stressed a lot. And I felt like I worked so much and I didn't have time to exercise. That was my excuse. My time was taken up by housework and cooking for my family and all those sort of things that moms and dads have to do. And then a friend told me about Juice Plus, my friend Janis, and she shared how these fruit and veggie pills helped her family get the nutrition they needed. So I was eager to try them, and we started right away. And first I noticed pretty quickly how much stronger and balanced my immune system became. I was not getting sick, and neither were my kids or my husband. And I began wanting to eat healthier foods. I felt an abundance of energy, and now I wanted to exercise regularly. So I really love the positive changes my family and I were experiencing. And I have to say, these awesome fruit and veggie pills have blessed our family for many years. So we're going to talk a little bit now about our focused product line. So let's take a look. How many fruits and veggies do you get in one day? Probably not enough, right? What if you could get these in your body every day? Do you think something positive would happen? I would say yes. Well, this is the best way to bridge the gap from what we do eat to what we should eat. And the fruit, veggie, and berry blends come in capsules or chews. And I just wanted to show you a bottle really quickly. This is the fruit blend, and it has a nutrition label on the back. And inside we have apples, peaches, cranberries, orange, mango, lemon peel, acerola cherry, pineapple, prune, date, and beet. And then down below, you can see the beautiful rainbow of colors of all the other things that are in these 3 blends. So I love looking at all the different colors. And then we have the omegas. The omegas have omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And we skipped the fish and went right to the source. How many people in your world do you know who could use more of these? This is one of my favorite slides because this is the Healthy Starts for Families, which is near and dear to my heart. It's really, families and children are the whole reason I went into my line of work. And wouldn't you agree with me that our kids need some nutritional support? Well, they can get Juice Plus for free with a participating adult. And what results would you like to see your kids experience? After 1 year of participation, 89% of children were more aware of their health, which is awesome. And 71% were drinking more water, which is just a wonderful thing. Kids need to learn to drink a lot of water. And my own daughter's experience is that when she went off to college, she remained healthy. She had been taking Juice Plus for a long time at that point, and many of her friends got sick with coughs and colds and flu even. And that's when it opened her eyes that she really had a very good immune system. And just pointing out that we are making a huge impact with this program, helping over 3 million children. Okay, I know on this slide you're gazing at our beautiful tower gardens on the right. They're extremely impressive, but equally as impressive are our Juice Plus Complete and bars. And it is another way to bridge our diet with the food. And there are quite a few benefits to the complete mix, but I love them because for me, I take one every morning. It's my breakfast and they are super delicious. And it's my most nutritious meal of the day, I would have to say. And then on to the tower gardens. I love these because I actually grew a love for eating kale when I started growing kale on my tower garden. I didn't even know about it before, but I grow a lot of gourmet lettuces and herbs and things I put in my smoothies, and you can grow inside or outside, which is the beauty of it. So they are aeroponic, they are sustainable, they take earth mineral tonic, there's no soil, and they use 2% of the water and 10% of the space required for traditional growing. After hearing all of that, how important is it for you to align yourself with a company that stands behind their product? We bridge the gap. It's just food. It's minimally processed. It's over 40 published research studies, and it's tested and approved with the NSF seal. Wow, can it get any better? Actually, I think so. Next, I would like to introduce my dear friend, Cyndi.
Okay, sorry, I had to get off mute. Thank you, Debbie. My name is Cyndi Parks, and starting in my 40s, I started getting sick all the time. Bronchitis, sinus infections. I was at the doctor every other month getting medications, and I just thought that was normal. I drag myself to work using coffee every day. Then I come home, sit on the couch or in my bed until I went to sleep. I really felt like a ghost in my own life, and I just wasn't present. I didn't participate with my husband or my kids, and it led to depression, which really robbed me of my joy. I used to take my hairbrush and just start crying because I'd look at it and all my hair was falling out. So it was just really a hard cycle to break from, and I felt really hopeless. And then I met Janis, and she told me about Juice Plus. And I thought, fruits and vegetables in a pill. I get that. I was a pharmaceutical rep. So I started taking it, and I have been on Juice Plus now for 18 months, a year and a half. I've only gotten sick a few times. And when I did, I would double up on my Juice Plus and it would go away really fast. The next thing I noticed was I had this incredible amount of energy all of a sudden. I mean, I went from being a couch potato to the Energizer Bunny. And it felt really amazing when my husband commented that he had his wife back. My relationship with my kids has been completely transformed. We have wonderful conversations now about their life because I'm really present now. I have the energy to listen and to fully participate in my life again. Another big change is my hair's not thinning anymore. And I'm even craving fruits and vegetables. So I just can't tell you guys how wonderful it feels to have the energy and the health to be the wife and the mother that I always wanted to be. So I moved here right before I started taking Juice Plus, and I was planning on going back into the pharmaceutical industry. But after a while, I just realized how life-changing these products and this company were, and it made me want to become a rep. The pharmaceutical industry it's gotten really unreliable. I had already been through 2 layoffs due to downsizing and a company consolidation. So, knowing that Juice Plus was a stable 50-year-old company, it really gave me security that this company is going to be around for the long haul. It's really important to me too that the company invests in their people by providing incredible resources, training, and personal development. My husband and I have always been big contributors to St. Jude's. We love that this company gives back in a big way to St. Jude's, to the Boys and Girls Club, and, to many others. So, although I've never been an entrepreneur, I like the fact that the company had proven systems in place. So I didn't have to start from scratch and reinvent the wheel. It was really important to me. I've always had company benefits, so that was critical for me and my family when I decided to work for Juice Plus. And I'm not aware of any direct sales company that has that as part of their sales program. So that was big. And I just want to say that the Juice Plus community is unlike any group that I had ever experienced. They are doing this because they truly love helping people. So it just made sense to me to lock arms with these incredible people and start sharing my story to help others too. You know, not only have I found my tribe, but I found my purpose in life to help others regain their health and hopefully help people from experiencing some of the health issues that I experienced. So I'm just super excited for the future because I know that I'm going to help tons of families improve their health. So thank you.
That's awesome, Cyndi. I am going to, there we go. Thank you so much for sharing that. And
Okay.
I think it's working now. Do you guys see my screen? Okay. So,
Yes.
It's just slow. Hold on. Sorry. I have a little technical difficulty here. Okay. So starting your own business is a really smart decision. Right now, more than ever, okay, sorry about that. Right now, more than ever, people are looking for ways to be healthy and they're looking for ways to have an additional stream of income. And I love that our company took the 4 best business concepts and put them into one virtual franchise. We take the ease of having a tried and proven system and a brand name product with franchising. We take pieces of network marketing, building a network of people who love Juice Plus, and there's no glass ceiling. We have consumer to consumer e-commerce. A lot of what I do is on social media, and you know, we have an amazing website. We also have the benefit that kind of the gig economy has of being able to turn it on and turn it off. So, you know, when things come up in life, you can put this on hold to an extent and pick it back up right where you left off. And then we have pieces of corporate America. We have an amazing benefits package for upper leadership and business support center, as well as just an incredible mentoring program. We have a unique business model. Where can you buy a business for $1 a day that has state-of-the-art web presence, a focused product line, no inventory, and an amazing community? And not to mention great tax benefits. So Courtney Epps, who, if you look at that book on the right side of the screen, she wrote the book, More Relaxing, Less Taxing. And she says, you would be brain dead not to own a business because there are so many tax benefits. So what would be the most important benefit to you out of this package? For me, it is having the medical and dental insurance. As a single mom of 4 kids, that means the world to me to know that we're covered. And just to kind of tell you that story, for me, I worked in the corporate world after I graduated from college, and I knew that helping businesses make more money just wasn't feeding my soul. And I also didn't like the kind of dog eat dog world that I lived in the corporate world. It was very much, you know, cutthroat, and people that I thought were my friends were, turns out, stabbing me in the back, trying to climb the corporate ladder. And then years later, I had kids and decided to stay home with my kids. And then about 10 years ago, I became a single parent of four like elementary and middle school age kids. And at that time, I needed a full-time income, but I wasn't willing to give up the flexibility that I had in terms of, you know, spending time with my kids and really being a part of their life. So I considered going back to the corporate world when I became a single mom, but honestly, for about 30 seconds. It just didn't fit into my lifestyle, and it wasn't what I wanted in terms of being a parent and also being able to create an income. So I got very serious and intentional about sharing Juice Plus with other people. And I love the fact that I get to make a difference in people's lives. And honestly, every penny of my paycheck comes from making a difference for somebody else. And also, I love the supportive community that we have here. You know, comparing that to what I worked with in the corporate world, there's just no comparison, because everyone has each other's backs and we truly become like family and just love on each other. And because of this Juice Plus business, I was able to be a full-time single parent and also create a full-time income. And I got to be there with my kids at their sporting events and pick them up from school and have those important conversations, you know, as they came up, not just on the weekends. So I am so grateful every day that somebody was brave enough to share this with me. And honestly, that's why I do this. That's why I share this with other people. So as you might be able to see, this business is about relationships. We build them as we live life, face-to-face, through social media, networking, and our company takes care of the rest. Once the order is placed, they charge the customer, ship to the customer, and they reward you for your efforts. The amount of your Juice Plus earnings is truly a direct reflection of the number of people that you're helping. I love that you can do a little or a lot with this business. So what would you do with an extra $2,400 in the next 3 months? Your earnings will depend on your time and effort, and your first potential bonus is $50, and they keep going up from there. Keep in mind, this bonus money does not include your retail sales profit or commissions. So let's break this down a little bit. Wouldn't you all agree that we have probably 5 friends who are looking for a way to get more fruits and vegetables into their diet? Well, if you partner with the person who invited you into this call, they can help you through our system. And if you share Juice Plus, let's say you have your own order of the trio, which is the fruits, veggies, and berries, and your partner will help you share this with a few other people. Let's say your mom, your sister, your best friend, right? If 2 of those people also order the trio, then you have hit the first promotion in our comp plan. If you do that in 10 days, you're going to receive a $100 bonus on top of the commission that you earn. And if you do that in 30 days, you're going to earn a $50 bonus. And that's going to take you to the next level in our comp plan. Your next title to work towards is Qualifying Sales Coordinator. Here, you're looking for 9 or more trio orders by taking track 1. Or track 2 is a little easier and faster by inviting 3 people to partner with you. When they reach Partner Plus with the power of 3, you're there with a bonus of $400 if you do that in the first 30 days, or $300 if you do it in any 60 days. And the possibilities are endless. They're attainable with dedication to yourself, your development, and your dreams. Look at the reward earning. So we have the opportunity to earn up to $109,000 with title reward bonuses. That's pretty incredible. So we invite you to join our mission. There are 3 ways to be a part of our mission. Number 1, you can be a customer. And this is truly why we're inspiring healthy living around the world. Number 2, you can become a partner to offset your costs and help the people in your life get more fruits and vegetables in their diet. Or number 3, you can build an income. People join us for so many different reasons. Most of us start with offsetting our costs and then fall in love with the community. Where do you see yourself starting? So what are you waiting for? Contact the person who invited you to this presentation and start inspiring healthy living around the world. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And I do want to encourage you to get back with the person who invited you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.